All right, guys, welcome to Tunesday Tuesday number 81. Holy crap, 81 episodes of Tunesday Tuesday brought to you by the Boston Chris Show. And I got to tell y'all, your boy is a little tired. This is my 25th interview in the last, say, 36 hours. Yeah, 38 hours. Kind of crazy. But here we are. And guys, I am beyond excited about my guest tonight because this young lady has my ear. She's had my ear for a long time. Not just because she's a diverse artist, an incredible songwriter, one of the best vocalists from the 903 in my local area here, without a doubt. But beyond all of that, she's just an incredible human being. And of course, I'm talking about Jesica Peacock. And Jesica Peacock brings a big sound from a small town. Experience her southern country soul relentlessly tattooed by grit and hard rock. Jesica covers songs by the ones you know and love like Stevie Nicks and Norah Jones and Highly Suspect and Miranda Lambert and Four Non Blondes and Linus and Led Zeppelin. What a diverse set of artists that she covers, but also an incredibly diverse songwriter and lyricist as well, making a name for herself not just in Northeast Texas, but spreading her wings. You see what I did there, Jesica? Everywhere throughout Texas and beyond. I do believe this lady is going to make it beyond this state, not just because she is an incredible person, but she's just diverse. I believe Texas is not big enough for her. Yeah, I said it. Texas is pretty freaking big, too, I'm telling you. Derived from her transparency, she writes with a wide stroke, and it is her passion to make music for the masses. And we are excited to not only chat with Jesica here in about 32 seconds, but we are going to premiere her debut single called Dangerous today. Nobody's heard this song except live, okay? So we're excited to play the actual produced version of Dangerous here today. We're going to have Jesica right here, right now. We're going to talk about all of that stuff and much more with the lady herself. Let's get into it. My homie, Jesica Peacock. What's up, girl?
What's happening, man?
So, man, I was just telling people how amazing you are, and you know how I feel about you, so we're not going to get into that too much. But, man, I got to tell you on air, I told you off air, but I want everybody out there to know that you just got married. And
I do.
I am so happy for you. And you better give your husband a big old kiss for me, and you tell him it's
I
from me,
sure
too.
will. Yeah, hey, but next time you see him, he might deliver it back.
Hey, that's okay. You know what? That's okay. That's all right. I'll make sure we have somewhere shaved for that, right?
Bet.
Man, so how you doing other than that, right?
I'm doing great. I just been running and I'm in loving life and experiencing different things. Man, the road is just it's brought to life something inside of me that I didn't know longed for the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you,
like my body will tell you differently.
well, I love just watching your journey and the paths that you are taking to get to where you're going. And obviously, you started as part of a band. You've been part of a band for a very long time. So, kind of spreading those wings, pun
Yeah.
intended, and getting out there under your own name and your own art, your own creativity. First of all, you and I have talked about this. That's scary as hell, isn't it?
It really is. Like the pressure that came along with this next song is is immense. Like I had a whole breakdown in the studio because like and it wasn't even you know part of me wants to be like, well, I mean, this is the first time with, it's a lot of pressure because it's the first time it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm the one driving the boat. you
Yeah,
know
and acoustic guitar is not big enough to hide behind, is it?
no, it's not. It's not. And at one time I thought, I got it. And I still got it. Wholeheartedly got it.
Yeah.
But I still get very nervous. Like the first three songs, I gotta focus. I gotta get in there and just get them nerves off and shake it off because I did it backwards. I don't recommend it. Like, do it right the first time. Like, I always do things buddy and backwards, as my papa used to say. But What I mean by that is like I started full band, and I think I did it before I knew exactly who I wanted to be known as an artist and what I was handing out, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I want my movement to be more than just a party. And I
Golly,
want
what
it
a
to,
great way to put that, Jessica. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I get that so much, and being from where we are from too, I
right.
feel like we, I say we. I'm not an artist. I'm not a songwriter, but I damn sure commiserate with y'all so much
I know you
because
can.
the party scene is what it's about here in Northeast Texas, and it's so hard to get an original song to be seen or heard here. So, obviously, your career up till this point in music has been very oriented in cover music and tribute music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now you're going there. You're going with the originals.
Yeah,
So
I
talk
am.
about that transition somewhat and kind of the big steps you have to take to be heard originally.
Well, you know what really made me start pulling away from the full band situation was is I felt like I was holding back more of my music than I was giving to my band.
Mm-hmm.
And so that tells me right there that's a red flag because it's all my music, right? But I'm hand picking what I want to give to the people that are supposed to be helping me build it, you
Yep.
know? And so like when I realized that I was keeping more back because it wasn't set in that notion, I was not doing myself or them a justice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had somebody very successful in the business tell me yesterday, Jessica, that there's only so much music in you, and you have to decide really where it belongs.
That's exactly
Because
it.
you're not going to get that back. So if you're wasting, or I don't want to say wasting, if you're spending your time making other people's music, you don't get that time back. You don't get that music back.
Right. And I literally bleed out into my guitar. My guitar is my biggest, it's the cheapest therapy I've ever had.
I was going
And
to
I've had a
say,
lot of
music's
therapy.
very therapeutic for you, isn't it? Like, just,
It really
yeah.
is. I there are times when I sit down and I just pour it out, and it's nasty when it first comes out because hurt people, and that happens in music too. You don't realize what you write down at first until you're just bleeding it out, bleeding
Mm-hmm.
it out. Or this is for me. I don't know how it works for other people, but like I'll go into it and I'll just be bleeding all over the place, and then I'll go back and I'll stop and read what I wrote and and just really hone it in so it's not so finger pointing. It's
Yeah,
more a broad stroke. Like,
sure.
listen, this is not just my experience. This is what we are this is what we're exposing to the world. This is what we are giving and passing on. Is this what I want to pass on? Like, I
Man,
want there to be a mission. I want there to be a message. I want somebody to feel what I feel and go, I'm not alone.
yeah. Man, you talk about bleeding. I love where we're going with this, Jessica. So you talk about bleeding, and that's kind of you bleeding into your guitar. So you envision
Yeah.
that analogy as a cut, and so the song is the cut. So how important to you as an artist, and more importantly as a human, is it to you that you're healed by the end of that song?
Yes. Like, yeah. Listen, this song that I am about to release in April was one of the hardest songs that I've ever had to sit with. I actually was challenged by my trauma counselor to write that song. And because she told me, she was like, I know you're a poet and I know you write, but do you have a journal? And I'm like, yeah, it's called a Gibson.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, yes, I have a diary. Hang on, let me get a drink.
No, you're good.
But I was like telling her, I don't need that. And she's like, no, you do. She's like, but I think you're jumping around the subject of what needs to be talked about. And I was mad at first. I'm not gonna lie, because me and that girl, sometimes I pay her to be mean to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
And I don't always like it, but it's needed. And so she told me I need to go home and sit with it because I had, like, for the last year, for the last year and a half, I've really been dealing with my mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been fighting it my whole life. I've been pretending like it doesn't exist. Well, it caught up to me. And when it did, I had to take a step back, and she was like, I need you to go home and I need you to write this song. I need you to pour it out. Just let it go. And so I did. And when I did, like, I cried throughout the entire writing of that song. Like, I sat and I boo hooed like a little child that had been scolded
Yeah.
or ashamed. Because I realized, in my swirls of manicism, like, there's a rise to every fall. And,
How aware are you as you're writing this song and then ultimately deciding to put it out into the world? How
oh man,
aware
that was rough.
Yeah, how aware are you of the listener at that point? Like, what are people going to think of this? Do I want to be the victor here? Like, how important is that coming out the other
Yeah,
side of
because
it
it's
positive? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not about being the victim. It's about taking control about your mental health. It's about being aware of it and being responsible with it.
Yeah.
Because there's a way there I and I'm not knocking anybody who has to take meds. I don't want to. I don't want to be a lab rat that they just test
Hmm.
on. I've been doing that my whole life. I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm going to try like the most natural and just
I
I
understand.
want yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it right.
Yeah.
I want to learn about who I am. I want to face that demon because that's what it is. That's the one I've been running from.
Hmm.
Why? I don't know. Yeah, I do cuz it's myself.
Right. Hmm. Crazy stuff, right? I mean, just how we look at that and how we deal with it internally, right?
Right. And then when I actually like at first I wasn't going to show anybody. Okay? Like that's the realness of it. First person I sent it to of course was my husband.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, babe. Oh, babe." And I was like, "It's bad." And he's like, "No, it's not bad." He's
So,
like,
Jessica, how much convincing do you need from him to feel comfortable enough to share it with people that are not a safe place for you?
"With my husband? Oh, dude,
Yeah,
if he
like
tells
what
me
what what is what does he need to do to get across to you, like to get this song out to where it's not safe anymore? It's not yours anymore, so to speak.
well, he just puts this is what I love about my husband. He puts me in my place in the most soft way. He he doesn't talk to this. He talks to this.
Yeah, right.
He talks to the little girl that lives inside my chest
Yeah,
that tells me it's okay. And how are they going to identify with me if I don't show him who I am?
that's right.
And that's what he said.
And it's
And
that
when he put
connection that matters, right?
and that's the connection that matters. I don't care what I look like. I can look homeless on stage. That is not why I am there. I will Adam Sandler you until I am dead.
Come
Do
on
you
now.
understand me?
Don't blame Adam Sandler on this, Jessica. Come on, man. I got to tell
Don't
you, you
blame him.
you know how I feel about you, and I mean uh, just how the incredible array of genres that you almost just kind of channel into your music, into your writing.
Listen, and I know they're not all for me, Chris. I know they're not all for me. Let me give you a prime example, okay? A year and a half ago, I met this girl named Sela Harper. Do you know
I
her? Have
love
you heard of
Sela.
her?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I love Sela. I met her and fell in love with that little precious heart of hers and her mama. That girl, she rides hard for her baby, and I can respect it. So when I seen
Mhm.
them and met them, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I heard the way she writes, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this girl. I like this girl and how genuine she is, and how she just leaves. I just love it." And she doesn't have to run with the crowd in order to stand out,
Right. Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Man, it's
And
you have
so
to be different like that, right?
you
Like
have to, you
the thing
have
is
to.
though, right? Like Texas in general is it's such a two-way street, right? Because
Yep.
it's so country centric, but I feel like because everybody's almost I don't want to say forced, but kind of nudged, let's say nudged into
Yeah.
doing country
Yeah.
music. Because of that, I feel like you get all of this edginess to the country, right? Because you're
Yeah.
kind of nudged to do country, but maybe you're not entirely country. With you, you don't care if you're being nudged or not. You're just going to be
I don't.
Jessica, and I love
I
that.
am 100%, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter which direction. Like I write all genres, but the reason I was bringing up Sela Harper is like when I met her, she kept just like I'm a very big I'm a feeler, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I just I can I know people when I see them, and I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And sometimes I used to be like not so good at the better judgment because I don't I used to this is the this is the part. I used to see people's potential and love them for the potential of which they could be, not who they were. And that's where I messed up. But Sela, that little ray of sunshine, that girl. So I wrote a song called Talk of the Town. And it's so country. It is so country. And I was like, this is not my song.
That's
I
awesome.
wrote it. I don't know who it's for, but it's not mine. And then I seen Sela at the last, not this last one, but the one before that I did. I seen her at the same competition and I was like, "Hey, I have something for you." And she was like, "Okay." And I was like, "I wrote it for you. You have it. Just tell people that I wrote it." And she went, "What?" And I went, "Yeah." And she was like, "Really?" No, yeah, really. It's not mine. It's not like I don't know why I wrote it.
Yeah.
Like it just happened and I know it's not for me. And so here you are. It's prime for you, man. Like it is so good. And so I gave it to her and she loves it.
I love that you're
It's
meeting
so
people
good.
too, man. You surprised me so much with the people that you've met and networking with and stuff. Like, I met Katie Beth last night for the first time, and
Oh, I love
and
Katie.
I was so
Love
surprised that
her.
you knew her. Like, I was just
Yes.
like, this is so dope, man. I
Yeah,
just,
so me and her were actually like I told her at the further part of the summer, like around July or August, I told her it would be really cool if we got together and I she could come here and I could like give her a mini tour down here and she could take me up there and do a mini tour. She's like, "Girl, bring it." I was like, "I love it. Let's go." And that's what it's about.
yeah.
That's what it's about.
And that's the moves I see you making, girl. That's what I
Yeah.
see from you. You're not resting, and you can't
No.
rest, right?
No, you can't.
Man, I'll tell you what, guys out there, if you are listening or watching or wherever you're viewing from, whenever you're viewing from, you're seeing Jessica and I as we are in real life. This is just who we are, and we're chatting about things like we would if we were sitting in a bar, right?
100%.
Yeah, this is what we would.
100%.
This is what we'd be talking about. But really, we're here to showcase this young lady and her amazing new song, which I have heard. I am one of the few that has had the privilege of hearing this song,
That's right.
and I'm so excited to show it to everybody. But before we do, Jessica, I have to put you on the spot.
That's okay.
So every week, our special guest gets a pick of the week, and so you
Okay.
get to pick any song in the history of songs as your pick of the week.
In the history?
That's right, any song. And so this is Jessica's pick of the week, and so
Oh,
I'll give you some
no.
hints. Some people will use a song that inspired them in some way that was really monumental in their life. Some people will choose a friend's song that they want people to hear more of, and it's completely up to you. But you are currently on the spot. So what is Jessica's pick of the week, and why did you choose this song, whatever it is?
That's so hard. Why would you do? You said it would be easy. What are you doing?
You got this.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. Noah Taylor,
Okay.
Made for You.
All right. So why this song?
Well, because it's one of my favorites.
That's
But mainly
I was
because
gonna, I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. Come on now.
um it was actually my wedding song.
Okay. So,
So when I first heard Noah Taylor, I didn't like him. And I felt really bad after the fact because I went back and I'm one of those people that if I don't like it the first time, I'm going to go back that second time and because it might have been my mood because I'm bipolar, okay?
oh my
So
gosh, you and I are so much the same.
right, it might have been my mood, so I always play it twice, just in way different settings, two different situations. That way I can make sure that it's me and not them. And so um, when I first heard Noah Taylor, I didn't like him at all. And then Matt sent me that song after we'd been dating for a moment, and it just fit so well for both of us. And then I realized who it was by, and I was like, of course.
Of
And then I went
course.
back, of course. And so then I went back and I like really dug into him, and I love him.
Yeah.
I love what he stands for. I love the way that he takes his stage. I love it.
Yeah. And you have to give things a second chance, right?
You do.
And I
You
mean,
do.
that's content wide. Like, I'm that way with movies, with TV. Like, I will watch a show, and if I get through the first episode and I'm not digging the
Yeah.
vibe yet, I will watch that episode again. And usually, a lot of times for me, Jessica, and I'm sure you're the same way, being bipolar as you are, and I am as well, your attention gets taken away. Maybe you pick up your
Oh,
phone during a commercial and you never get back to the show, so you don't focus on it anymore. So,
yeah, because what they didn't tell me is
mhm,
that it's ADHD,
and bipolar.
bipolar,
Yeah.
and then because they cross and touch,
Yep.
you know what they call that? They
What?
call that autism.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
High functioning autism.
So
And
what I
I
do is
never knew
I'll go
any of
back the
it.
second time and I will tape my phone to the frickin' table. Like, I will leave it there,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
then I'm watching the show. I will give it my full attention. And if you don't catch me the second time when I'm paying attention,
I'm done,
you
son.
are dead to me at that point.
Dead to me. And there ain't no convincing me
That's right.
otherwise. I will go
Right
to the
now,
grave
for
with that
me,
one.
Marshalls is that way for me. That little spin-off of
Yeah.
Yellowstone. I
Yeah.
gave it 2 chances, and I can't. It's not good. You can't convince me otherwise. It's not good. It's
It's
just
not up
not.
for negotiation.
All right, so the new single coming out in April is called Dangerous, which is such an apt title for this song.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Bring us into the room, Jessica.
So hi, I'm Jessica. I'm bipolar and I don't suffer from it. Okay? I don't suffer. Okay? Living is a gift and I'm going to live it to the fullest. And I encourage anybody and everybody who's not met themselves to take that journey.
So,
And so this song is exactly that. That is coming face to face with myself and admitting this is where I'm at in life. And if you're not, and if I'm not alone, then okay. But if I am, then okay.
yeah. I'm so excited to share the song with everybody, and
I
I'm
am too.
I'm so happy for you, but mostly for Matt.
Yes.
Because
I couldn't do it without him.
you
You
guys are
understand me?
so right for each other, and I know you know that. I know he
I
knows
do.
that, and I'm just so thrilled for both of y'all. And I mean, the hardest thing to find on this planet is your person.
That is not a lie.
You know what I mean? So I know you know that, and that you won't let that go, and you
No,
cherish it so much. I found that person. It took me way too long. Took y'all way too long.
that's how I feel.
Yeah. So it's tough when you know you lost all that time with your person, right?
But let me just tell you, I just want to intervene on that and tell you that I am being restored
Same.
tenfold and it ain't me. Do you understand me? I'm just doing the work that's laid before me to do. And so I just run at it. And if it's for me, it's for me.
And that's why my favorite song of yours, no matter what you ever write in the history of your life, will always be
It
"It
ain't
Ain't
me.
Me."
I know.
Man, you wrapped that up perfect, Jessica. We should do this more often, girl.
I know, right?
You have a good night, and I will see you soon. And keep smiling, girl. Okay?
Yes, sir. I love you. Tell your wife I love her.
I will. I love you too, girl. All right. We're going to get into the music, y'all. It is Jesica Peacock. The song is called Dangerous. I cannot tell you how freaking excited I am to be the very first person on planet Earth to play this song. Here it is. It's called Dangerous.
Batten down the hedges, get ready, here comes another round. This world of a I'm dangerous, but only to myself. Sticks and stones may break these bones, but in the thick of it, I'd rather be alone. Well, at least for night. Reatory, they plague my brain. It's a downward spiral, and I'm in pain. And I constantly feel like I'm insane, 'cause I dangerous, but only to myself. Cause I'm dangerous, well I'm dangerous.
That was the world premiere of Dangerous by my buddy Jesica Peacock, and you heard her first. Her pick of the week this week is a song that I don't think I've heard, but I'm very much looking forward to it. This is Noah Taylor, Made for You. Jesica Peacock's pick of the week. Why is it not here? Let's see if we can't find it. Did she say Noah or Nolan? Maybe it's Nolan Taylor. I will not give up. Why am I not finding this song? You know what? I am just going to go with her original choice while I look for that other one. She did pick Spiders by Lola Young. Here it is. All right, that was episode 81 of Tunesday Tuesday, featuring my good buddy Jesica Peacock, music singer-songwriter and resident badass here in the 903 Northeast Texas, premiering her her solo debut, Dangerous. What an incredible artist, incredible song. First of many to come. And I want to let you guys know you can follow along with Jesica at Jesica Peacock Music. That's with one C, or one S rather, in Jesica. So Jesica, peacockmusic.com. Get over there, follow her everywhere. All of her social medias are there. So follow on your favorite platform. We're so stoked to be able to bring this show to you every single week, sometimes twice. We do have 2 episodes today. In about an hour and 20 minutes or so, we will be chatting with Kendrick Brown of the Resurrection Fusion Project, who is going to be out there for Forge Fest 2026, which is happening April 11th. So you guys hang out with me again in about an hour and 20 minutes. I appreciate you guys for hanging out today with me and Jesica, and I know she appreciates it too. Follow along with everything she's got going on. The song will be out in April, so make sure you're streaming that everywhere. The song is called Dangerous. I love you guys. I'll catch you down the road.